Welcome to Artists Exposed with Tym Moss. We were just listening to the song I Don't Care. I love that song. By my guest, Aaron Paul. Yay!
Hey, how are you, Tim?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, you should be. All the music you have coming out now.
Oh my God, it's been crazy. I've been literally locked away for the last 5 months recording the album, right here, my studio, right over there. So that's why you haven't seen me. It's the first time we've seen each other in months, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've been busy writing, recording. Finally done now. We just released Shine Bright. So that's out now. Came out yesterday.
Well, we will take a listen to that in a little while.
Like that, and then, but it's a fun album. I wanted the album to be fun. I wanted people to kind of forget what's going on in the world today.
Yeah, right.
And just dance. Escape for 40 minutes, 50 minutes.
Right.
So I made sure every song was very upbeat. There's no ballads.
Yeah.
I think Shine Bright's kind of the mid-tempo. Everything is all high energy.
Sweet. Good. That's what the world
And
needs.
it's a throwback to the old school dance music, what dance music should be.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we're going to talk more about his new CD, which is coming out, which is called Electric Erotic.
Electric Erotic, yeah, that was coming out.
We'll talk about that in a little while. But first, let's get to know Aaron Paul a little bit. So you're originally from London.
I'm from London, born and raised in London.
That's where that sexy accent comes from.
But I've been here now in the US 20 years.
Wow.
20 years. I came here to do music. It took quite a long while to get where I'm at now, but I'm kind of here, you know.
Absolutely.
For a look in.
So you grew up in England. What was life like in England for you growing up? Did you always know you wanted to sing?
Oh, yeah. From the moment I saw Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, literally, I think the day after Thriller came on TV.
Oh, yes.
I kind of said, that's what I want to do. As you see, I'm wearing my Jackson.
Oh, Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
yes.
right there. Jackson's t-shirt. I actually had the honor of meeting Tito about 2 weeks ago.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, my God, that was such a dream to be in the presence and introduced to Jackson as an artist.
Yeah.
Amazing. It's been one of the highlights so far, I have to say.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, so you grew up, what was school? Did you study music or just regular?
No, I went to performing arts school.
Oh, nice. That would be great.
I first started doing dance. My mum worked for a dance company. So because she was there, I was able to kind of go there and hang out, and I kind of just got a feel for dance. And then I enrolled in classes. I think I did ballet. Then I went on to modern and jazz.
Nice.
And then I discovered singing for some reason, like I said, Michael Jackson. And I said, you know what, dancing ain't cutting it for me. let me learn to sing.
Yeah.
So I performed in I started little groups with family members and stuff. And I would write the songs and make the costumes.
So you were always very creative. I love that.
Because who else is going to do it for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just one of those kind of people. When I do it, I take full control and do it. And I'm a perfectionist, so I have to make sure it's all right there. So then I would do talent shows all around the country, right up into my teens, and I would win. And people, I think, kind of realized there was something here.
Yeah.
You know. And then I was finally signed by Simon Cowell.
Yes, right. Simon Cowell from American Idol and my group, I can't think of the name. I think America's Got Talent.
Yeah, America's Talent. Oh, X Factor.
X Factor, that's it.
Well, my group that I was the lead singer for was the catalyst for all that kind of,
absolutely,
those platforms.
Yeah, because Simon Cowell cast you in the group Worlds In, Worlds Apart.
Worlds Apart, right. And that whole audition process is what led it to a television series. Yeah,
interesting.
So very interesting. And I got to work with him. Great guy, knows what he's doing, and he is a harsh man, just like you see him on TV. But I didn't experience any harshness towards me.
Yeah, right. Well, that's good.
Yeah, so I was lucky that way. But I literally would see him. I'd see grown men cry in front of him.
Wow,
it has that effect.
But. What you must have learned from him, too,
oh my God,
in how to perform and to treat the audience. And
not just the performing part, the actual recording part.
Wow.
I know what a perfect mix is,
nice.
just from my ear. Because when you're dealing with recordings, you've got to make sure the mix is right for radio, etc.
Right.
And, I'm very big on, the mix has to be right. And I play it on all, I play it on my headphones, I play it on a small speaker in the bathroom, just to make sure it's it's got that quality.
Right.
Yeah. But I learned. I would sit in his office, much of the day and just watch and learn from him at all different levels.
Yeah, he would be a good teacher.
He was.
So now, how long were you with Worlds Apart?
5 years.
Wow.
5 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
And where all did you perform with that?
All over Europe. Obviously the UK, because that's where we were from. That's where we kind of broke, and then it kind of stretched on to like Germany, France.
Nice.
But I got to travel all over Europe, and then it led me here from the US. I always had the dream that I would be a solo artist. That was always the plan, and then I kind of got put in that group, which was a blessing to kind of open the door.
Right.
And exposed me to a lot of people, and I got to learn the industry like we just spoke about, and and I kind of said, well, America is where I really want to be, because for some reason America has that final stamp. If you can make it in America, you're a star, so I kind of packed up and moved over here.
Wow.
It was
by yourself?
Yeah, but at first I was by myself, and then
Wow.
my mum came a couple of years
Nice.
later, and she established herself here.
And I love his mother, by the way.
No, everyone loves her. And then, did my grind. I basically came over here and started from scratch, and as you know, there's so many artists out there, and trying to stand out and make your mark. It's tough.
Well, you just have to be true to yourself.
You really
and do what you feel, and that's different than anybody else.
And that's where when I Don't Care came from.
Yes.
I kind of said, you know what? Okay, I've done what's expected of me,
Right.
and I still ain't got nowhere. And I said, Sonia, I'm going to do what I want to do.
There you go.
And I'm going to do it my way.
Yes.
My sound, and I don't. Why should I conform?
Absolutely.
And that was literally from that moment, and I put out that record, the Raw album. It just everyone accepted it.
Yeah.
And why didn't I do this 20 years ago? Interesting, right?
Yeah.
And
but once again, I mean, when you're first, well, you weren't first starting out, but I mean, you just came to a new country. You didn't know.
Well, it was starting out because nobody knew me here.
Exactly.
I
and you're trying to find your way,
Right.
and you trust and rely that what other people are telling you is that they have your best interest in mind, and that's not always the case.
The industry, especially industry executives, they see the color of your skin, or they see the way that you look. They want to put you in that box,
Right,
or
right.
what you should sound like, or what you should be doing. And first of all, I love music, and I love all kinds of music. And my skin color doesn't define what kind of music I want to perform.
Absolutely.
I love everything, and I grew up in a household where we listened to everything. And
Nice.
and when I made the album Raw, and I decided to do things my way, I said, you know what, I'm going to incorporate all the stuff that I like.
Wonderful.
I'm not going to just stick to an R&B album or a pop album. I'm going to incorporate all what I like. And we kind of stretched it that way. And then the same thing on this album. I make music for everyone.
Wonderful.
And that's what I want to continue doing. Music is not, it's colorless.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it has different flavors and different sounds.
Yeah, right. And you have to find the sound and the flavor that works for you and do it.
Right, and I think...
And trust it.
Right, and I think now I've finally found my sound.
Oh, yay.
I think, your sound, but you when you fully could own it and control it, I'm in that space now, especially on this album.
good.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm soaring. And even I can't even believe. I thought, was that me? Oh, okay.
I love it. I love that. Well, why don't we take a quick break and let's take a listen to your first single. It's your first single off of Electric Erotic, which is called Shine Bright by my guest, Aaron Paul. Yay!